The knock on my door came at 11:42 p.m. I remember the time because I was staring at the clock, trying to ignore the silence that had followed me for months. When I opened the door, the last person I expected to see was her, Amelia, standing there, soaked from the rain, trembling, mascara bleeding down her cheeks. "Ethan," she whispered, her voice cracked. I didn't know where else to go. For a moment I just stared. My chest clenched, the air thick with 1,000 unsaid things. Her hair, once the color of autumn leaves, clung to her face. I could still smell her perfume, jasmine and regret. "You shouldn't be here," I said, but my voice didn't sound like mine. "I know," she murmured, shivering. "But please. Can I just come in for a minute?" That was how it began, the night my ex-wife came back into my life. Part 1. We'd been divorced for 8 months. The papers were signed, the furniture divided, the house emptied of laughter and filled with ghosts. I thought I'd moved on, or at least buried the part of me that still wondered why. Amelia had left me for someone else. Coworker. A man she once swore was just a friend. The betrayal wasn't just in the act. It was in how easily she'd rewritten our story. One day we were planning our anniversary. The next she was gone. So seeing her again, drenched and fragile, was like watching an old wound reopen in slow motion. I handed her a towel, then made coffee because it was easier than asking why now. She sat on the couch, clutching the mug like it held the answers. "Things didn't work out," she said finally. "He wasn't who I thought he was." I didn't respond. The rain outside beat against the window, rhythmic, relentless. "I know I hurt you," she continued. "And I hate myself for it. Every day." Her voice cracked, and for the briefest moment, I saw the woman I once loved. The one who made me believe in forever. She hesitated. "I thought maybe we could talk. Maybe start over." The words hit me harder than I expected. Start over. Like the past could be erased. Like the nights I spent staring at the ceiling, wondering what I'd done wrong, could be undone with an apology. I took a deep breath. "Amelia, I don't know if I can do that." She nodded slowly, eyes glistening. "I understand. But I had to try." When she left that night, the smell of jasmine lingered long after the door closed. Over the next few weeks, she kept finding reasons to reach out. Text about an old memory. A phone call to check in. Then dinners. Then long conversations that stretched into midnight. I told myself I was just being civil. But the truth was uglier. I missed her. Not the woman who betrayed me, but the version of her that existed before. The one who used to trace circles on my chest as we fell asleep. She began coming by more often, sometimes unannounced. Bringing wine, laughing softly at my old jokes. Cooking in our kitchen like she'd never left. It was dangerous, but I let her. Then came the night she brought someone with her. "Ethan," Amelia said with an awkward smile. "You remember Claire, right?" Course I remembered. Claire had been her best friend since college. The confidant, the bridesmaid, the one who'd helped her pack the night she moved out. I'd always thought Claire looked at me strangely, with a mix of pity and curiosity. That night, Claire looked radiant, confident. Her dark hair curled perfectly. Her lips tinted a shade of red Amelia never dared to wear. "Hey, Ethan," she said, flashing a knowing smile. "It's been a while." We had dinner together, the three of us. The air buzzed with unspoken tension. Amelia talked too much, laughed too loudly, tried too hard to make everything feel normal. But I kept catching Claire's eyes lingering on me a little too long. When Amelia went to the kitchen, Claire leaned forward, her voice low. "She told me you still think about her." I frowned. "I don't." Her smile deepened. "Good. You shouldn't." There was something unsettling in the way she said it, like she knew more than she should. Part 2. Over the next few weeks, Amelia and I slipped into something resembling routine. She'd stop by after work, cook dinner, sometimes fall asleep on the couch beside me. But something always felt off. She was nervous, easily startled. Her phone, once an extension of her hand, was now always face down. She'd excuse herself to the bathroom during calls. I told myself not to care, not to pry. It wasn't my place anymore. But the unease kept gnawing at me. One night, I woke up to find her standing by the window, staring out into the dark. "Can't sleep?" "Yes." He turned startled. "Just thinking about him," I asked quietly. Her silence was answer enough. He sighed. "Why are you really here, Amelia?" Tears welled in her eyes. "Because I miss you," she whispered. "Because I made a mistake." Her words trembled with sincerity, or maybe practiced guilt. I couldn't tell anymore. She stepped closer, her hand grazing mine. And for a moment, all the resentment, all the pain, melted into that familiar warmth. Kissed her. And just as quickly I regretted it. Because it didn't feel the same. Felt rehearsed. Distant. The next morning I found a gold bracelet on the floor near her bag. Not hers, it was engraved. Claire Morgan. Something inside me froze. I replayed every recent moment. The glances, the whispers, the tension. Claire's smirk. Amelia's restlessness. It didn't take long to piece it together. When Amelia showed up later that evening, I was ready. "I had lunch with Claire today," I lied. "She mentioned something interesting." Her expression faltered. "Oh." "She said you've been spending a lot of time together again." Her jaw tightened. "We talk sometimes." I nodded slowly. "Did you tell her you moved back in with me?" She looked away. "It's temporary." "Right," I said softly. "Temporary, like last time." The silence between us stretched until it snapped. "Ethan," she said, her voice trembling, "please don't look at me like that." "Like what?" "Like you already know." Did know. I just wanted to hear her say it. When she didn't, I turned and opened the door. And there, standing on the porch, was Claire, smiling. Amelia's face drained of color. "Perfect timing," Claire said, stepping inside without invitation. "I was wondering when you'd tell him." Amelia's voice broke. "Claire, please." But Claire didn't stop. "You see, Ethan, your ex-wife here didn't just come back for closure. She came back because she wanted to make sure I didn't tell you." My stomach twisted. "Tell me what?" Claire smiled wider. "That the man she left you for wasn't her first affair." I was. The room fell silent. Rain started again, faint but steady. Amelia's sobs came in waves. "It wasn't supposed to happen like that," she cried. "You don't understand." But I didn't need to. Everything clicked. The secretive glances, the bracelet, the guilt. It wasn't the coworker who broke us. It was her best friend. Claire leaned in, her voice a whisper laced with venom. "You were her safety net, her redemption story. But she never loved you the way you thought." Then she turned and walked out, her heels clicking against the wooden floor, that same smug smile on her lips. Amelia collapsed onto the couch, trembling. "Ethan, please." I was lost. I didn't know what I wanted. I stared at her, feeling nothing but cold clarity. "No, Amelia," I said quietly. "You knew exactly what you wanted. You just didn't think I'd ever stop wanting you." She broke down, sobbing uncontrollably. "Open the door." "Goodbye, Amelia." She didn't move. So I walked past her, out into the rain, and didn't look back. The next morning I saw Claire again, on the same street, coffee in hand, humming. She caught my eye, that same knowing smile on her lips. "Guess she finally told you," she said softly. "Yeah." "Good," she said, turning to leave. "Now you can stop missing her." And as she walked away, the strangest thing happened. For the first time in months I smiled too. 'Cause she was right. I didn't miss her anymore.